This is the walkthrough for 12-2 Work Together problem. It's on page 282 of our book, and we are doing an additional posting to an accounts payable ledger. So reading from page 282, it says the following partial journal pages for Graphics Inc. are given in the working papers, also known as our Excel file, page 15 of the Cash Payments Journal, page 15, and page 11 of the General Journal, page 11. Also given in the working papers is an accounts payable ledger account form for electrographic supply, plus a blank form for preparation of a schedule of accounts payable. Your instructor, still me, will guide you through the following examples. So if we look down here at the tabs, we were on 12-1, we just did that one. Now we're on 12-2, work together. These tabs appear to be out of order because it goes 12-2 on your own and 12-2, work together, continued. I follow exactly what's in the workbook. So this is one page in the workbook, this is the next page, and this is the next page in the workbook. So you're welcome to move them. If you want to move them closer together, you click on it and you see that little black arrow, drag it to your left, and then now they're next to each other. But like I said, I follow the workbook, so I'm going to keep it where it's at for my version of it. So here is the accounts payable ledger form for electrographic supply, and this right here is our blank form to do our schedule of accounts payable. So let's see what number 3 says it wants us to do. There are three parts to this problem. Post the accounts payable debit entry on line 15 of the Cash Payments Journal to the accounts payable account for electrographic supply. Here's line 15. So everything we need to know the date, right? It was the 20th of the month. I'm assuming we're still in October based on 12-1. Our reference is going to be our Cash Payments Journal, page 15, and it's a debit to accounts payable for $776. That tells me that we were paying off some of what we owe electrographic supply. And if we go look at 12-2 Work Together Continued tab, if we look in our ledger, we'll see that we owe them $776. So it looks like we got an invoice and we're going to pay it off. So this was the 20th of October, so we just need to put the day. For post-ref, it was the Cash Payments Journal, so CP, it was page 15. If we don't remember, we can go back and look at it. Cash Payments Journal, page 15. It was a debit for $776.00. So now we need to calculate our new balance, right? Well, we had a $776 credit. We just included a $776 debit. So technically we have $0, right? Well, we don't just put $0. We have to put the dashes to let people know that we did not purposely omit a balance. So if you remember, do the apostrophe and it'll hold your hyphens as you put them in. All right, one last step, right? We need to take this vendor number. We need to go back to our journal and we need to post 230 in the post-ref column. So one of the things that I don't like about this problem, and I know we're focusing on the subsidiary journals and that's why they're doing this, but one of the things that I don't like is that we are posting out of order. We posted on the 20th. We posted the transaction on the 20th before we posted the transaction on the 19th. And I'm one of those people that I like to go step by step in order. I don't want to mess it up. But that's the way that they're doing this problem. So, and it's not the end of the world. We know we posted this because we have something in the post-draft column. If we come back and look at this and the 19th is blank, well, we know it didn't get posted. So it's really not a big deal. It's just personal preference for me that I like to go in order. Okay, so did we complete that problem? Did we do everything they asked of us? Looks like it. Number 4 is post the credit entry on line 13 of the General Journal to the accounts payable account for electrographic supply. So we want to go to line 13 of the General Journal. Here we go. This is our accounts payable, the electrographic supply. Remember I told you that this slash in the post-ref column means it's affecting 2 accounts, right? It's affecting our controlling account of accounts payable, and it's affecting our subsidiary account of electrographic supply. Hopefully that rings a bell with some of you guys. So we're going to go to 12-2, work together to post this. And the things we need to know, it's General Journal, page 11. It happened on the 26th of the month, and it was a credit for $2,544. So let's go back to our ledger. It was the 26th. We only need the day since we already have the month and the year. It was General Journal, page 11, and the debit was for $2,544. And if we're in any doubt, we can come back over here and look, $2,544. All right, so we need to do math, right? We had a $0 balance. We just had a credit of $2,544. without even using Excel to do what it does, it tells me that we have a balance of $2,544, but I'll use Excel. So we had a zero balance. We're going to add this amount in. Great, new balance is $2,544. So don't forget that we now have to go back and put our vendor number right here in the post-draft column in our journal. So we're going to take this 230. We're going to go back to our journal. And right here, we need to put the 230 in there. So I think I'm going to have a little bit of a problem doing this, though. And since the account we posted to was the electrographic supply accounts payable, right here, we're going to want to put that in the bottom half. The top half is for accounts payable. The bottom half is for electrographic supply. So we're just going to click our cell and write 230, which was our vendor number. And it's mostly below the line, so we should be good. All right. The next thing that we need to knock out is part 5, which says prepare a schedule of accounts payable for Graphics Inc. on October 31st of the current year. After transactions that are not shown in the working papers, October 31 balances are art and things. Okay, I'm not going to read those to you. We'll get to those when we make it. So let's start setting up our schedule of accounts payable. So we're going to come back over here to the 12-2 work together. The name of our business is the first line, so we're going to put Graphics Inc. Don't forget that you have to have a heading. A heading is important. We wanted to say what kind of report this is. Well, this is a schedule of accounts payable. And the date, October 31. I used 2013 instead of last year when I was setting this up, or the current year like it says to. So I'm going to put 31 on here. So now we're going to read what it says. It says October 31 balances are art and things. So great, let's put art and things. And these really need to be left aligned, so they shouldn't be centered. So we're going to go to the Home tab. Right here it says Align Text Left. Click that button and it moves it all to the side for us. So the balance was $873.00. And again, we're going to need the cents because some of the accounts have it. Unless you want to round, rounding is fine. So let's click this button and it gives us our decimals back. So art and things done, can do graphics. And I need to make sure I'm using proper capitalization, so I fix that, is $986.00. We have electrographics supply. And hey, we know how much that balance is because we looked at the ledger. And this is shown, so we can pull that from the ledger. So $2,544.00. Regal Designs has a balance of $3,821. That was not the right column, guys. $3,821.20. And then we need to add these together, right? That's our next step. Total accounts payable. And this is where we can do our auto sum. And so we look at it, it says H24 through H27. Those are the ones we want. Click enter, $8,224.20. So I am missing one thing though. I need to have, what do I need to have here, guys? I need to have my line showing there's a subtotal. And so you could do it that way, or I could have come over here to this box and gone thick bottom border. Either way would have worked just fine. Okay, so $8,224.20 is what we say we have in our schedule of accounts. If we continue reading this problem, it says our accounts payable balance in the general ledger on October 31st is $8,224.20. Do they match? Did we have $8,224.20? Yes, and that's what we have in our ledger when we looked. I really wish they would give you a complete ledger so you could see it, but they just tell us. So it's the same, so we're good. It says save your work to complete work together on pages 295 and 302. But we're not done with this problem. We have to finish our rulings. So now we need to do a bottom double border. So now we have our bottom double border saying it's been verified. And there's something else wrong with this. If we look at the heading, this is not the correct date format. The date should be spelled out. It should say October 31, 2013. So I need to fix this. I'm going to go to custom. I'm going to go to more number formats. I'm going to go to date. And I'm going to change this until it says what I want it to. I want it to look like this date, right? I want it to be all spelled out. Click OK, and bam, we have a proper heading. Okay, so this concludes 12-2 work together. Next will be 12-3.